Finding Your Will to Survive, Reynaldo Alexander. All right, we've got him here tonight. So you better be ready for some excitement, because he and I are going to bring some enthusiasm. We're both going to bring some positivity. We're going to bring some optimism, some enthusiasm, and man, don't be stingy. All right, please share. All right, so I am so excited to bring on my co-host, Reynaldo Alexander, kidney warrior himself, all right, and he's going to bring it. So I'm going to give him a very co-host special welcome. Here we go. Boom! Pump it up, pump it up, pump up the volume. We got Reynaldo Alexander. How are you, brother?
Hey, man, I'm having a good day. How are you?
I'm well, man. I'm doing real well. Thank you, man. This is awesome to have you on. Okay, let's bring it. Let's do this. Let's hit a home run tonight for this person, man.
All right, that's right. I first got to say, man, that introduction was, man, I'm telling you, I'm back here bobbing my head. I liked it.
I know, I love it, man. I love it. Yeah. That's what we do, man. We bring energy, we bring the excitement, you know, as much as we can do for these kidney warriors, man. And I love doing it. I've got a lot of passion, man, and I'm excited to do this tonight. I've read this story and I shared a little bit of it with you already. It's a great story. You know, basically, you know, from what I've read, this kidney warrior, Andrea, all right, Kostek, she started her journey back in 2010, and that's what I learned a little bit about her journey here, and I'm going to share a little bit about what I know is that she's been through many serious health issues, but she continues to have just a positive view of life, and from people that know her talk about this, how she's extremely faithful, energetic, and she's trying to find the silver lining even in challenging situations. And so this is why I'm so excited to share this, because she is a warrior that, despite her circumstances, is rising up, and I love that. All right, so again, it began in 2010. She fell into a coma. All right, she was in a coma and was in need of both a liver and kidney transplant. A patient at Northwestern. So she's from Chicago, right? Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago. And she calls her amazing doctors, nurses, hospital staff from this hospital her angels. They took care of her. And from what I hear, she still has a great relationship with them now. But, you know, because of what had happened and her condition, brother, her medical team deemed her a liver and kidney transplant, that it needed to be done right away, like immediately. So, you know, she went to the top of the list. So anyway, I'm probably not telling it well enough, you know what I mean? So I'm going to bring her on so that she can tell more about it. All right, and I'm excited to bring her on. I'm bringing on Andrea Kostek. So, man, we've got a very special guest. Welcome here. Boom! Welcome, Andrea. Welcome to Warriors Quest. Welcome to the Warriors Quest show.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much, Jared. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for having me on and being able to share my story.
You're welcome. I'm gonna reposition you guys so she's in the middle. One moment, Reynaldo. All right, there we go. Reynaldo, I got you back. So, Andrea, man, again, I apologize because I don't know if I'm telling your story well enough, so I want you to tell it.
Now, you're telling it well.
Oh my gosh, please. So introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. Chicago is all I know, but that's, again, you've got a larger and much bigger story than what I'm sharing. So introduce yourself to the Warriors Quest followers and give them a little bit of your vibe. Give them a taste of where you're from, okay?
I will, for sure. Thank you so much. Thank you. My name is Andrea Kostek, and I'm from Bloomingdale, outside Chicago. Patient of Northwestern Memorial in Chicago. I have been through a double transplant in 2011, started in 2010 when I was in a coma and very ill. And finally got a phone call at the very end, the very bottom. My family and friends were all praying, a lot of prayers, a lot of prayers and a lot of support that I am always and to this day grateful for. I can't say enough about that. And finally got the phone call while I was in the hospital that the nurses came in to say that there was a match for me. Nice. And that's where our journey began. And I stayed with Northwestern to this day. I was there for 3 months in the hospital and 3 months in rehab, so I wasn't home for 6 months when I had my transplant. But with everybody surrounding me, I had strength, and God's will got me through this, and I am so grateful for every moment of every minute of my life to this day. Even though I need another transplant, that's okay. That's okay. I'll get through it. I'll get through it. I have many prayers, and I have a lot of support. A lot of support and love. And that's all I could hope for. That's all I could hope for God to give me that and give me that strength once again. And I'll have it. My family calls me a rock star. No? You know?
I like that.
I like it.
I like it. Yeah.
You know, it's just what they call me.
Nice.
It's nice. It is.
Yeah.
Just,
move away, Aerosmith. We've got a rock star.
That's it. I'm a rock star.
Yeah. You're a rock star tonight. And so I've got to ask. I mean, how a coma. I mean, it's just flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. I mean, it's just to imagine you were in a coma. All right. So how did this all happen? What caused you to be in such a condition? Did they do like any sort of biopsy, or did they tell you why you had to?
It was the liver.
Okay.
Jared, from the cholesterol medicine.
Oh.
It was so bad, and that knocked out my kidney.
Wow. And so, how long were you in a coma?
That's how it put me into a coma.
And how long were you in a coma?
Very bad. How long was I into it? Oh, well, I'm not sure, but I think about a week.
About a
week. Yeah. So I got out of it.
Well, coming back from something like that must not have been very easy. How did you rehab, and how was the coming back from that?
Oh, that was hard. That definitely was hard because I had to learn how to walk, use my hands again, just basically function. So I was in Hoyers in the hospital that, lifted you up in the air and put you down into chairs or anything, into the bed.
Right.
And then I had 3 months of rehab where I had to stay in rehab, which my family found me a beautiful facility, hard workers, and it was a challenge, but I got through it every day. Every day, my family was there for me. My husband, my family, everybody. They were there for me every day of every part of this journey.
Wow.
I thank them enough. I know I took part of their lives away.
That's amazing.
Not so much. But
wow. What do you think, Reynaldo? What do you think, brother?
Man, I think she's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that you're here today is a sure sign that you're a fighter.
Yeah.
And and
Amen.
and being a fighter doesn't necessarily mean you don't have days where you're tired, because
Right.
we do get tired.
Right.
But what strong people do when they get tired is they find a reason to continue.
That's right.
And me seeing you here today is proof that you found reasons to continue. And I applaud you. And not only
Thank
you, but
you.
your support, man, your family. It's why it's an amazing thing to have support. I mean, it's just it has no price. It's priceless. And so I commend you all. But man, I appreciate you for being strong, because
Uh,
so many people will draw from your strength. Even when you feel weak, they draw from your strength, and you may not even be aware of it. So I
Thank you,
salute you.
Ronaldo.
Salute you.
Thank you. You are so sweet. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It means the world to me,
You're welcome.
because I do try hard. I don't like to ever, I'd never like to be down, and I will never knock anything, any part of this transplant. I encourage everybody that could go for a transplant to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, I will support anybody that wants to do that. It's a beautiful experience.
Yes.
It is. Even with hard times, you have to go through it.
Well, hard times it's not that is absolutely not something that people enjoy, and it says a lot about your character, Andrea, that that your family friends say that you find this silver lining. Okay, that's what they say about you, and that means that says a lot about your character. I'm an optimist by nature. I am. I always look at the positive, and so we're kindred spirits that way. But that's not an easy thing to do, because people tend to think that people that joke around, or that people that smile a lot, that things come easy to them. It's still very difficult to be positive, even though that you're an optimist by nature. Reynaldo knows what I'm talking about. It still takes effort, and it's still hard. You still have hard days, and so it says a lot about your character. It really does, that that you get up in the morning and you want to rise, even though you may have fallen, and you want to get back up. That means a lot. It does. It says a lot about you.
I always try to look at something positive. Positive. I woke up for a reason.
That's a good trait.
I will find that reason. But,
so talk to us though a little bit about what happened in 2019. That changed all this, because you got the transplant, and now you're back on your search for a kidney donor, right? So help us understand kind of what happened there.
Okay. I had a UTI that turned into septic shock.
Oh my gosh.
And I was in intensive care on a ventilator for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I actually missed all of last summer. In July, I was in the hospital.
Wow.
And then I survived septic shock, which is something big.
Yes, it is.
I am so grateful to God for that, and for all the prayers that were out there for me. Because for me to survive that was something big. Something big. And I'm telling you, I felt like I was walking with God next to me. I felt him. I really felt him. I really, really did. And so my kidney failed because of that. But I was put on dialysis, which I was not happy about. I have to admit that was my down point.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be hooked up to machines.
Sure.
And I have to do this a couple times a week. So that I did not care for. And still don't. And that's why I'm looking for a kidney. Yeah.
It sounds like you're holding back a little bit, but that's okay. It's okay to tell us that you hate it, or that
I hate it.
Yeah. You know, so when you had to do that again, though, what was it? Did you did you have to have like a fistula surgery? Did you have to have surgery, or did they put a catheter in you?
A
How did
catheter in
that
my
go?
chest.
Uh-huh.
That's temporary, but it's been since January.
All right.
So they put a temporary catheter in my chest, and then 2 weeks ago I did get a graft in my arm, which is like a fistula.
Okay.
But my veins are too small because of all the pokes for all these years from having blood draws. That I had a graft put in my arm.
Okay.
Which is, that's where they're going to do dialysis from eventually.
All right.
Yeah. So it was another surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And that hurts. I'm not a fan of that. But I don't want to knock it because I don't want people that have to do dialysis to be afraid of it, because there's nothing to be afraid of. It saved my life.
Right.
It saved my life. That's all I can say.
Absolutely. It is life support for you. It is. But what you know, but what we like to do, or at least what I like to do, is that I like to draw on the rawness of this. Okay. It needs to be real. And I appreciate you being candid, is that sometimes, you know, for those who aren't connected to kidney disease, for those that haven't seen somebody, a sibling, a loved one, go through kidney disease, it's sometimes difficult to have a glimpse of an understanding. You know, it's hard for them to have, you know, sort of sensitivity. And when we talk about, you know, the catheter and the surgeries and the things that can bring you down, the things that are difficult, I bring those up again just so that you know, that they can have a greater understanding, that hopefully we can bring some compassion and maybe, you know, some mercy for those that are that are listening to this, you know, because it's the beauty of reality TV, is they can see your raw emotions, you know, they can see you be sad, they can see you when they, you know, they saw how difficult it was for you to talk about that you had to go back on dialysis. They saw your facial expressions, you know, and that is what I want to bring for everyone watching now, is to see your facial expression and to see how real it is for you. Because as positive as you are, I could sense that wasn't an easy thing for you when you were talking about that. Yeah.
It wasn't at all. Yeah. Not at all. It's hard. It's very hard. It's hard. People don't understand kidney disease and the fact that you can't just pick up a glass of water and drink it because you're thirsty.
Right.
You can't do that. You have to watch everything you put in your mouth. You have to watch fruits. You have to watch vegetables. You have to watch water.
It's a full-time job, isn't it?
Full-time job is right. I love water. I love drinking water. And you have to watch everything. You have to weigh yourself every day. You have to take your temperature. You have to. I do my blood test. That's a normal thing for me.
Right.
You know, that's just normal for the last 29 years. You know, because I'm diabetic. But it's hard. It's very hard. Just going through it. But you have to do it. You have to do it.
That's right.
And you have your good days, and like you said, you have your bad days, you have your down days. When they told me I had to do dialysis, it was not a happy day for me. I fought it. I fought it a lot. I mean, with like every doctor. I fought it. I was just like, oh no.
Good for you. Good for you.
No, not me. I'm not doing it. I'll be fine.
That.
My kidney will come back.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
We got Lisa Baxter watching. She says you're fantabulous. That's awesome. She is. She's a sweetheart. So Reynaldo, she's talking about, you know, and I think you probably saw it too, and you sensed it when she was talking how difficult it is. So, you know, what do you think about how she's been able to kind of move forward in this journey of hers? I mean, a coma, and now, you know, she had septic shock, or she was battling sepsis, you know, and now because of that, she's back on her search for a kidney donor, and she's had to go back to dialysis. She's gone through so much, and I can't help but think that God is seeing her through this. What's your take so far?
But before I answer Jared, I want to just kind of let her know that at the early age of 26, I was also diagnosed with end-stage kidney disease. So I'm 26. I'm fresh out the Marine Corps. I'm a trained fireman. I'm what appeared to be in the top health of my life. And out of nowhere, imagine being hit, blindsided by a Mack truck on your way to a destination. And so routine physical, I was spilling protein in my urine. They sent me to see a nephrologist. Nephrologist said I was operating on less than 10% of my kidneys. So, and they had to prepare me for dialysis. So when you say that, I just recall like the roller coaster of emotions that I went through. I went from hurt to anger to sad, from hurt to anger to sad, and it was just a roller coaster all the way around. And 3 weeks after dialysis, my ex-wife of almost 10 years, she left. And so that was like a double whammy. And I faced depression at its lowest. I contemplated suicide. There was times where I rocked in my living room with a 12-gauge shotgun, trying to, decide if I wanted to live like this. And months after that, I lost everything in a house fire. So when you tell your story, like I recall my emotions, and I can't say I know exactly how you feel, but I can only tell you my story and share with you how I felt, and maybe there are some similarities. So when I hear you say the things that you went through, and obviously it's tough to think about it, because actually, if the truth be known, when you share your story, there's so much of it that you can't share, like, because the words aren't there. So when you say you hurt, the truth is you not only hurt, but you're devastated. When you say you're down, you're not just down. Like, people need to understand the magnitude. You're not just down. You're not wanting to get out of the bed, trying to, you don't know if you want to live. You have days when you don't want to talk to people, you don't want to see people, and people don't understand, and they'll misjudge you and think that you're mean, or you sometimes, all this because they don't understand that mentally and physically you're literally fighting for your life. Like, every day it's a fight. And sometimes, if the truth be told, you can't even really see yourself all the way through an entire day. So when you have moments like that, you have to take it step by step, step by step, one decision after another, one moment after another. And when you continue that way, you'll find yourself completing a day, and you go on with the next day, and it's a totally different fight. Every day is a different fight. You might not have the same tenacity, the same energy, or the same drive. So that part of it I understand. So when I say I commend you, like, from the bottom of my heart, I really, really commend you, because it takes strength. You really are a rock star.
That's right.
Like, you really are a rock star.
Oh, Ronaldo, you are a sweetheart.
You are amazing. You need to know that. You need to know that you are amazing.
Yes.
You are amazing, buddy.
Amazing.
You are.
Sometimes it requires tough people, and tough people go through hard times. Times are obviously tough, and you are a tough person. You are amazing.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And you're right. I couldn't get the words dialysis out of my mouth without crying.
Yeah.
I never cry. Unless it's something bad, but I'm not a crier.
Yeah.
So it took me a while. People didn't know that. They really didn't know that, because I just stayed away from everybody except for my family. Like I said, they were my rocks. They were my rocks,
awesome.
and they knew. So it's rough.
Yeah,
but it's all behind us now.
Yeah.
Now that's behind us. Now this graft is behind me. Every step and every journey I have to face, every new chapter, like you said, another chapter in your book that you have to face. It puts you in a different place, and it's one step ahead that you didn't think you could get to.
Right.
And you get to that step, and then you think, okay, I can do it, and I can do the next one, and I'll do the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
It's a great way to look at it. It is a great way to look at it.
So you're
the only way.
You're a person of faith. So Jared, can I just share this analogy with her?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a particular scripture that I absolutely love, and it's come to my rescue so many times. And I'm gonna share it with you, but I want you to know that I've had the port here in my chest, and I had 92 staples from here all the way under there. They put I had a fistula here. It stopped working before I had to use it.
Are you serious?
Yes, they put one here, this long scar, and before I left out of the operating room, it stopped working. So they came all the way up under my arm here.
Hold on, brother. Do you mind if I put you solo while you show that?
Yeah. So,
yeah, sure.
If I can get in this, I'm trying to orientate.
Oh yeah, mine's under my armpit too.
All right. I can see it better there. There we go.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
So there's a scar.
That's a long scar.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the second one. The first one was here, and it went all the way under there. So that worked for a while, and they came over to the other side, so you can see.
What?
You know. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, man. Surgery after surgery, cut after cut. But this scripture here has, man, been such a blessing to me. And it is, the word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Now, once I share this with you, you're going to see that this is the exact same thing you just said.
Okay.
All right. So a lamp will only illuminate a certain part of a path, right? It has a globe. It's not like a light up top that illuminates the whole room. So the word is a lamp unto my feet. So that lamp is on your feet. So as you step, you commit to a step, you move 1 foot forward. That lamp then illuminates a little further portion of your path that you couldn't previously see had you just stood still. So once you step, you see a little further. So once you commit to the second step, even though you can't really see no much further than what that lamp illuminates, but when you bring that right feet past that left foot, so then you can see a little bit further of your path, right? So you commit to the next step, not knowing you're not seeing, but you commit by faith and by your energy and by your spirit and drive, you step forward. And as you make those steps a few times, you're then able to look back and say, wow, I remember when I couldn't see my way back then. But because the word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path, I have to move by faith because my path will only be illuminated as I step. So as you step, you see a little further, which means you get a little more energy, a little more drive, a little more confidence, you step by step. And that's exactly what you just said. And I remind myself of that often, even to this day, that, man, it takes, people say you can't live in fear and faith, but I found that to be not so, because anything familiar, you don't need faith to operate in because you're familiar with it. So it takes faith to move from a place of familiarity to a place of something different and something new. But before you commit to that faith step, you're actually moving in faith, but it's in fear. You move by faith in fear because you're still fearful.
Right.
So once you step by faith, you realize that, God literally has you. You realize that there's a purpose for your life. There's a purpose for your pain. And eventually, some way, somehow, your pain will connect you to parts of your destiny and your promotion. And when you realize that, like, the whole world becomes new. Your whole perception changes, and that's what I see and what I hear when I hear you talk. So again, I salute you, and that's exactly what you just said. And I just had my own way of saying it. So that's a powerful thing,
Beautiful. I love the way you put it. Thank you. You put it into perspective. For me, did you get a kidney?
I did. You will not believe this.
Thank God.
After 5 years of dialysis,
Yeah.
I received a phone call at 12:01, August
Oh.
3rd, 2014. So the significance of that particular date is it was my birthday.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I received a
beautiful.
transplant on my birthday, August 3rd, 2014.
Talk about a gift.
That's
No,
freaking
that's
awesome.
good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, and I get super excited even, So let that be hope to you. Like you never know. Like you never know when the time gonna come, when that moment gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
But only thing you can do is live by faith and trust.
That's right.
And live your life. My perspective changed, and my perspective was, everybody literally has to die one day.
Right.
And I know I'm gonna die one day, if it be by kidney disease or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to live my life and be productive with the days that I had. And I wasn't really concerned with living long and unproductive, but I was more concerned with living and being productive, even if it was short. And once I had that perception, my mindset changed, my whole perspective of life changed.
That's great.
I look for reasons to inspire people and to just motivate and encourage them. And people, when they know you struggle and they know your story, just your fight and your tenacity to move forward empowers them.
It does.
Sometimes you don't even know it.
Yeah. I love it.
I love that. Thank you.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a great story. Thank you for sharing that, Reynaldo, because faith is so important in every kidney warrior's journey, because what happens is we actually receive more hope as our faith increases. Yes. And man, I love hope. Yeah. I do. There's not a more powerful word than hope in any language. I love hope, because if we can give somebody hope, if we can give you hope, Andrea, all right, if we can give you hope, then the light can be brighter, man. Exactly. And if you can envision a better future because of hope, then there's so many great things that can happen when you have hope. And I'm a big proponent of prayer, and I tell you, and I've said this before, and I'll probably say it 1,000 more times, but when we have just a huge amount of people, if we have just a great number of people praying for one cause, and with as many supporters as you have, your family is your rock, as you put it, okay? And if we have just a unity and prayer for you, great things happen, amazing things happen when we pray together for something in unity. Great things.
I believe that.
Yes.
I do believe that. I really do.
I'm excited because I'm believing with you. Man. I'm just a believer of just.
I had different things happen to me coming out of it. Oh yeah. And you know these things are happening.
Yes.
I had a story of a golf ball when I was in the hospital. The first time, and in a coma, and there was a golf ball rolling down the hospital floor, and I was trying to catch it, but I couldn't, and it kept rolling. And I was like, why can't I catch this? And I remember when I, got out of it and everything, a week later, and asked my family, was there a golf ball in my room? Did the golf ball go by me for some reason? They're like, no. But there was a golf ball and I was trying to catch.
And it was real to you, yeah.
It was real. It was real. And I think that was life. That was the light. That was something. That was me feeling something. It gave me hope. Like, okay, you can catch this ball.
Yeah.
Just catch it. It's easy. That was it. And they gave me hope. It's a silly thing to say, but
it's true.
No,
it's not at all.
It's true. And this last time, the strength I had, I couldn't talk because, of course, I had the breathing tube in me, and I couldn't talk or do anything to my family, give them any kind of signs or anything. But I felt like a presence with me. I really felt a presence, and it's not anything
can't deny it.
Even remotely funny. It is just a presence. I felt secure. I felt safe. And it had to be everybody around me. They were, my family they were reading me prayers day and night. I had a candle that was an illumination, a battery operated candle in my room that I saw every time I opened my eyes to see, but I couldn't speak or do anything. I was out.
Right.
But I know I had a sense of security that I felt in my heart. I really felt it in my heart. And that got me through it.
It's powerful.
Second time. And I'll get through it again. I'm going on various lists. I'm going on different states.
Good for you. It's good to be multi-listed. It is, yeah.
Spread the love. That's how I figure it. That's it. I'm just going to go on different states.
Yeah.
They're all from different regions.
Yeah.
And see what happens.
Yeah, many kidney warriors are multi-listed.
Yeah.
I know that many of them are even listed up to 4, and
right.
Man, if you can do that, then great, because you want to increase your chances. Sure, I think it's a great idea.
You definitely have to.
I was on 3.
You have to.
Or do you really?
So long.
I know it can. There is some work involved, and I and it varies from state to state. I know that in some states, if you've had some testing done within a year, then you can seamlessly send the information over to another hospital without having to completely do your testing at a different hospital. So I know they're from state to state, it's different, but if you can do that, then that does increase your chances. I know of some other warriors. One that I advocated for, has had success that way with being multi-listed. And
and it's a deceased donor. It would be for
exactly. It helps,
which takes time. It could take 5 to 10 years here.
Well, and the funny thing with that, that is that, I hear that quite frequently, 5 to 7 years, and I almost think, I almost think that, and I get it, that's probably their averages with all the hospitals across the country, but 5 to 7 years. To me, I almost don't like to hear that, because what is that telling you? What if it's not 5 to 7 years then? What happens after 5 to 7 years? And so that's my concern, and that's why I have so much passion for kidney disease, is that what they're not telling you sometimes, I'm not specifically saying Northwestern, but what they're sometimes not telling you directly is that you may only have 5 to 7 years, and that's the truth, is that an average person has 5 to 7 years on dialysis, but what happens is there are cardiovascular problems that may happen. There are other underlying reasons why people can't or won't live past the 5 to 7 years, and that's the truth of the matter. And that now I'm being serious, but the reason why I'm saying those things again is to bring out the things that sometimes aren't talked about. Is that 5 to 7 years? It's not a great time, which means that you may be on dialysis for 5 to 7 years, and that's not Fantasy Island.
No,
that's not paradise. And then you have other things that are not directly related to kidney disease. You may have other reasons, that other ailments, diabetes related, bad cholesterol related. You have other ailments that aren't connected to that. And so we want to shorten that. This is all. I'm rambling a bit, but the reason why I'm talking about it is that multi-listed is good because it does increase your chances. But what also increases your chances is that if you find a living kidney donor. And that's why I love doing this show, is getting your information out there. So you've got your information scrolling across the screen right now, and it's been scrolling across the whole time. Okay, so please, so that we make sure she's not on dialysis long term, so that we can increase her chances for having a better quality of life, so that we may, all right, bring smiles to not only her, but to her husband, to her family, to her cousin, okay, to her rock, her family base that is watching. Please consider becoming a kidney donor, okay? Consider being a candidate, because many living donors live on and have very normal lives. Many of them go on and they run and they have fitness and they do exercise. They do everything they did before, and they feel normal, and they feel exactly how they felt physically before. Okay, so please, okay, this is for the love of a very sweet person. Okay, who has a great positive energy. She's got a great aura, everyone, and so come together. We need to come together and show, okay, be just as strong as she is as a kidney warrior, because she's had 2 miracles. She's come through and endured 2 miracles, and now she's looking for an angel to come to her rescue. So I just think that we want to have some that, and not just have her wait 5 to 7 years. I hope you make it. Okay? And that's why I love doing this, is because, again, hope is powerful. So
thank you.
And I do believe that we can do great things, but I need everyone's help. And Reynaldo is bringing it tonight, and I love that. Okay, I love your positive energy, buddy, and I love your enthusiasm. It's infectious, and I want everybody to feed off all of the energy that we have tonight, so that we can give this person a fighting chance, a fighter chance, right? Because you never know whether you're going to be knocked out. We want you to knock out kidney disease. Okay, we want to give you a fighter's chance.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So much. I can't tell you what this means to me, having both of you here. Cheering me on.
You know, that's the beauty of this kidney disease community. We're a family. Okay, we take care of our own. You know, we've got somebody watching here tonight. She says, "Sissy, you're a rock. You will rock this." And we love you and pray for you every day. So we've got your family watching. We've got other kidney warriors watching tonight.
Right.
What does that mean to you when you see people like that, or Evelyn that's watching?
I could cry from my heart. I could cry. Happy tears, though, because I know I'm loved. I know deep down I am loved. I am loved. I am.
Well, we've got Lisa watching too, and she says, "Wonderful, strong, heartfelt show, Shondo." And she even feels, you know, the strong, heartfelt, you know, the energy tonight from the show. And man, if you're not feeling inspired tonight because of this kidney warrior, then please tap your heart and please, okay, make sure you've got one, because this is heartwarming.
Yeah. Pull out the AED.
That's right. Exactly, bro.
Hey, Darren, can I say this to piggyback off what you said?
Yeah.
So, I have a brother, and his wife has a sister who needed a kidney. So she gave her sister a kidney. So after she had given her sister a kidney, she continued everything. She plays softball. She rides horses. I mean, they have a farm.
Yeah.
I mean, she's had babies.
Uh-huh.
And you wouldn't know unless she told you. Like,
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean, nothing changed. She just, and when she opens up and tell you, you're like, wow, really? I'm like, man, you do everything. She's like, yeah, I never stopped doing anything
Mhm.
until once I healed, I started back
Right.
doing everything, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to say that to encourage someone. If there's someone out there that's possibly thinking, if it's weighing on your heart, man, I mean, this is a warrior, and her life has purpose, you know, and just to be able to give, man, like I'm living proof that you can do so much, just to the opportunity to make someone's life better. So I, even myself, I have a commitment. I have a commitment. The donor that the kidney that I received was, was a cadaver donor, but I have
Hmm.
a commitment to do the best that I can to help everybody across the world, to inspire people. And I want to share this, and it's not to promote anything, but I just want to show people around the world what could possibly happen. So I received a kidney transplant on my birthday. I told you. So I began to open up and share your story. And amazing things happen when you share your story. Like when you share your story, people actually receive, man, like power. They receive insights on their own life, encouragement. So, make a long story short, my story, Johnny Wimbrey wanted to publicize my story. So, uh, I became a co-author
Look
with
at
Johnny
that.
Wimbrey, Nick Halleck, that's myself, and Mr.
Oh,
Les Brown. And this book,
Nice. Les
yeah,
Brown.
oh,
yes, and
neat.
that book features my story.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
so after that, 10 months later,
Oh,
guess what? They called me back, and he said your story is awesome, and he said I want to
oh,
make sure
Wow.
that the world knows about it. Now, I
Uh-huh.
never knew that his dad was on dialysis, and just recently, or maybe about 5 or 6 months passed. But I'm just saying that amazing things happen. You have no idea when you decided to give, the possibilities of what can go on and what this lady is capable of. She is a rock star.
Right.
So man, I just want, if it's weighing on somebody's heart, reach out. Just reach out. Even if it's just to talk, to learn more, because that's the power of this platform, to educate and not only, put the spotlight on her and gives her a chance to let her story be out there, but it's so much education that's passed through these platforms, and it's an amazing opportunity. So I just wanted to share that, just to inspire listeners, whoever's listening, or maybe anybody from all around the world, that
Right.
they may be encouraged,
it's
to pursue
great.
and to give, to help. So
Love it.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
it.
that too. It's
So,
beautiful.
Andrea,
Yes.
tell me how you're feeling. I mean, you've heard from other
Jared.
kidney warriors in the comments. You've heard from Reynaldo. You've had
Yeah.
family supporting you tonight. How is this making you feel? Tell us, what are your
I am
thoughts?
honored. I'm honored. I am so honored to be part of this group and to be in such good company, and to just hear people hear my story.
yes,
It's incredible. It's incredible. I can't believe it's happening to me. I mean, I'm just a regular person. I'm just a normal, everyday person. It's incredible to me. It really has touched me so deeply. I can't tell you. Cannot tell you guys. It's something. It is something. It's taking my words away from me, and that's not often done. I am not a girl of few words. And right now I'm a little stuck here.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned it at the beginning. I love the color that you're wearing tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I love bright colors. I do, because you can really draw attention, and it kind of reminds me of your personality. You're bright as far as your color. It represents how you act. Your energy is good like that.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. That's why I wore it for you, Jared. You're bright. I was talking to you the other day, made me feel like I've known you for 100 years.
Yeah. I thank you. That's nice of you to say that. You know, I always I'm always smiling and I'm always joking and I'm lighthearted, but you know, I have a lot of passion for this. I do. And
Yes.
you know, my sister-in-law has kidney disease for those who don't know, and I've seen what kidney disease, what dialysis made her feel, her down days, her depression, and I saw how her body physically changed. And you know, through proxy, I've seen her go through it. And then when God gave us a miracle and saved her life and found her a deceased donor, an angel, I want to repay my heavenly Father. I want to repay God and give back. I want to pay it forward, and I feel that I need to give back. I have so much to be thankful for, and if I can help you, okay, then why not? And I can. And I feel like if I don't help these people, if I don't help you and other kidney warriors, then I feel like I'm going to be held accountable from God because I have so much. Okay, I have so much I can do to help people. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost a if you have gifts and talents and you don't do something, okay,
Yes.
then that's wrong. Okay, and so anyway, I just believe that faith works that way. That if you have faith in something, okay, you've got to do something. You've got to have action. Without action, faith is dead. Okay, and if I have faith, okay, and I believe that I can help people, if I believe I can help you, okay, I'm going to do all I can. I am. I'm going to do everything I can to help any kidney warrior that comes on the Warriors Quest show, and I want to help as many people as I can. I hope I can bring so much spotlight for you tonight, all right, that you're going to feel so much love, that so much hope that it's going to illuminate you, okay, like the lamp that Reynaldo talked about, okay?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
You're going to be able to take a step forward one by one.
Yes.
Right. Thank you so much, Jared. You have a gift. You do have a gift, and you are sharing it. And now you keep spreading the word. Definitely. Definitely. Do what you're doing, guys, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and it's heartfelt. It is something that has hit me.
Well, it's my prayer that if people feel that tonight, okay, it's my prayer, and I hope that other people feel inspired to do more. Okay, all right, don't be stingy. Please share. Okay, and I say that don't be stingy, and I say it with a little whimsical voice, but all right, but please, okay, if you feel inspired, do something.
Yes.
Okay, whether if you can't donate and become a donor, then donate some shares. Share this.
Right.
Okay, please do something. If you feel inspired, do something. Talk to your coworker tomorrow about how you got so inspired by this kidney warrior story. And this crazy guy, you know, was talking about how he wants to help every kidney warrior.
And a crazy dog in the background barking because she wants to be part of it.
What up, dog?
Where these guys are.
Yeah. All right, but I'm gonna give Reynaldo a little more time, brother. I want to hear you. I want to hear you talk a little bit more, brother.
All right. I would say faith, focus, and follow through. Okay. So it's impossible. You faith is the key element. With me, it was my key element. And faith, of course, is an action word. But the amazing thing about faith is, and we always say it, those of us a lot of times that are Bible thumpers or we're in church, is that faith is what now the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. So substance is two words, sub and stance. So faith is something under you that you stand on top of, right? Substance is under you that you stand on top of. So even if you get tired and you fall on faith. And faith has no option but to lift you back up. And your experience, because that's what's going on, your experience actually build stories, and your stories birth testimonies. And it's your testimonies that the Bible says, the blood of that the enemy is defeated by the blood of the Lamb and the word of your testimony. When you decide to open your mouth and share your story, even in times when you don't want to talk, even in times where you need inspiring yourself, when you decide to share, what happens is you take the blinders off other people's eyes and they begin to see beyond their present circumstances, and they begin to see with the imagination of their mind of what could be, and you give them hope. You know, it could be somebody that contemplates suicide or just don't know how to get through that day. And the awesome thing about it is you may be feeling the same way that they feel. But when you decide to open up and share, great things happen in their life, which in turns brings great things back into your life. So there's a story, I'll say real brief, where the Bible says that Jesus fed 5,000 men, not counting women and not counting children. 5,000 men alone, so it was more. And he had a couple of fish and a few pieces of bread, or vice versa. And there was a lad, which means there was a child that came and gave all that he had, and it was multiplied. And the multitude of people not only ate, but they got fed. So if you look at 5,000 men alone and you add women and children, the odds of only one child having fish and bread is slim to none. There were other people, I believe, that had fish and bread, but that one lad was the only one that was willing to share and give what he or she had. And when you're willing to give the very little that you have, it becomes a blessing to the world. And when the world becomes blessed, you become the sole beneficiary of all of the blessings that come for blessing the world. And the world begins to change one person at a time by you telling your story, one story at a time. So it's an amazing thing. So I definitely want to encourage you to not stall out, not give up, not quit where you are, but to keep stepping. And I believe that, you know, your vision of you following that golf ball and you didn't catch it is just a sign that you should just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Because anything standing still, a house dilapidated, not used, it becomes, you know, it becomes, it'll wither away and, you know, become molded. Water sitting still becomes disease infected. Even a vehicle sitting still, not utilized, tires become flat, dry rotted, issues with the motor that weren't previous there. So you have to keep moving. Moving is life. Moving is life. In spite of how you feel and what you're going through, when you decide to keep moving, keep telling your story, keep sharing, you literally decide at that moment to not live for you, but to live for other people, the people that you're inspiring. And I'll end, give it back to Jerry by saying this. And I shared this story once before. So there was a man walking through the jungle. He was tired of falling, and he was tired of being scraped. You know, there were poisonous insects, poisonous snakes, and he was just tired of continuing like that. And only thing he was following was the little light that he had. And he decided to just give up on everything and put out his light. And when he put out his light, there were hundreds of thousands of people that began to yell out and cry, yell out and cry. And he quickly lit the light back. And when he lit the light back and he turned around, there were hundreds of thousands of people following his little light that he didn't even know. He did not know that people were inspired by the light that he lived. And he was a blessing to all those people and accountable for them, and he didn't even know it. So I said that to say this. In spite of how you may feel, reach out, iron sharpens iron. Connect with people that's going to inspire you and keep you encouraged, because you're going to have those days. It's life, and it's our reality. Keep fighting, keep connecting with us, and I believe with you that miracles will happen. The facts say that, yeah, 5 to 7 years. Statistics may say that, but the truth is that God is able. Facts versus truth. The fact says one thing, but the truth says another. And we acknowledge the facts, but we highlight the truth. The truth is that God is able and that miracles can happen at any moment. And we're believing you for your miracle sooner than later. You are amazing.
Nice. Bringing the heat. I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for
you
fighting.
so
Thank you
much
for sharing. That's courage.
you.
That's courageous to be able to share to share when you
Thank
see.
you.
You have to on this journey. You have to acknowledge every little thing.
Amen.
It's courageous to share because it's a hurtful thing. It takes courage to share your story, and
Yes,
I
it does.
applaud you. Again, I say you are amazing, Andrea. You are amazing.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Ronaldo. You too. You are exactly that. You're my other rock star.
Wow, wow.